Hello and welcome. I'm Pete The Surfaroo on tour. In this exclusive segment, for an experience you'll never forget, I'm going to mid-North Queensland town of Bargara. It's on the coast near the famous beach of Mon Repos. This is where I witnessed the amazing, exclusive birth of loggerhead turtles. 50% of the South Pacific population of loggerhead turtles come to Mon Repos Beach to breed, after which they embark on a journey of more than 11,000 kilometres across the South Pacific. It's a journey that only a few will survive. I meet up with local ranger Jess and was given a rare and special permission to film the hatchlings in the dark. I hope you enjoy this rare and difficult to get exclusive footage in this segment of Pete The Surfaroo on tour. Welcome guys, we're at Bundaberg. I've just arrived and of course the man John, how are you mate?
Great mate, how's yourself?
Good mate. Bundaberg shuttle services is the way to go. Now this man here knows Bundy like the back of his hand. He'll take you anywhere, Bundy and over. Mate, just tell us a bit about what you do.
We provide a shuttle service, a minibus charter service and a party bus. We work in what people want and what they need, not what we want to do.
You had a party the other night, you were telling me it went off. Lights, everything inside this, and now you've got a few of these as well?
Yes, we have. We've only got the one party bus, but we have a couple of buses.
Cool. Now, because Bargara is about 15 minutes away from Bundy, and then you've got the Turtles, which is another 5 or 10 minutes or 15 minutes away, you got to have a shuttle, and this is the way to go.
This is the way to go, and a lot easier for you too.
Not only does this guy drive a shuttle, but he also has a shop in town, so make sure you visit that shop. Tell us a bit about this shop, and it actually helps the locals too.
We just opened up a drive-through coffee shop and we have little young kids in there working. If we didn't have them doing something in town here, they wouldn't be here. They would leave town and eventually parents would leave and follow them down wherever they go. So it's something new for the town that we're trying to do to create the community a bit more. How
far have you been travelling with that, taking people out of Bundy?
Well, with this bus we've been to Sydney down to meet a cruise ship. We've been up to Early Beach quite a few times, so virtually we advertise like if Bundaberg to everywhere. People want to pay the money, we'll take them where they want to go and look after them.
Well, I'm ready, I'm excited. The turtles is the big one I've come here for, guys. Turtles coming out of the ground, little baby things. This is the time of year to do it. Heaps of other stuff. We're going out to Lady Musgrave as well, so that's going to be a big one, guys. It's a big one here at Bargara. Guys, stay with us and we're out of here. Yeah.
Yes. Woo!
Hey guys, and welcome back to Pete The Surfaroo. I'm at the famous Bargara with Jess, the ranger. Hello, how are you?
Very good, thanks Pete. How are you?
Really, really good. Boy, have we got a great story for you out there. Animal wildlife at its best here at Bargara. At dusk, tourists arrive at Mon Repos and enter the beach shack. This is where they discover about the region's unique sea life, local heritage. There's plenty to do. During the nesting season, rangers and volunteers carefully walk along the beach, patrolling for big rock-like objects on the beach and watch to see if they move. That would be a nesting turtle. When the turtle starts to egg chamber, visitors are escorted to watch. Beaches are dark as possible, as danger to the turtle is light and movement, which attracts them and they head in that direction. Turtles like lots of vegetation. come to Bargara to go to the beach. Now there's these little things that come out. Jess, tell us a little bit about the loggerhead turtle.
Yeah, Pete. On this beach, it's only a small stretch of beach, about 1.5 kilometres long. But we see here 50% of the entire South Pacific nesting population of loggerheads. So it's a really important beach for that population.
The eggs take 2 months to incubate. Hatchlings will spend a couple of days in the chamber, which they will be absorbing a large yolk sac, internalizing that which will give them energy for the first week of their lives.
See how large the yolk sac is that they absorb? Fast that is undeveloped. So guys, we do still have a couple of little hatchlings asleep in the nest, but what we might do is we'll show a couple of these hatchlings around for you to have a closer look at.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Pete The Surfaroo. We are here at Bargara and we've got Ray and Maria. Maria, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Ray?
I'm fine, thank you.
Now these guys have travelled all the way from,
Liverpool, England.
wow, fair way to come. Now you've done lots of travels in your last few years. Just tell us some of the places you've been to.
We've been to Sydney, Melbourne, Cairns, Bargara, Bundaberg, Shepparton.
Wow. And have you found Australia?
We absolutely love it. It's a marvellous place. We don't want to go home.
And Ray, how are you enjoying it?
Wonderful. I'm big time arthritis sufferer back home and it's gone away here. So thumbs up to Australia.
That's amazing because your wife was telling me that you were really bad off over there and you've come over here into this fresh Australian lifestyle and your health is improving, mate.
Absolutely. All I can say is go away, Poms. I'm an Aussie.
That sounds good, mate. Now back to Bargara here. We've got lots to see here, guys. The famous one that I've come over here to see is the turtles. Now that is amazing stuff. Now you've seen that already. How did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was a magical experience. It was something that I'll never ever forget. To see new turtles springing from the sand, running towards the surf and getting released was incredible.
Now you've got a new baby, you've got a new camera and
Yes.
you're trying it out. You're a Nikon fan and of course the thing that I'm after is the amazing skies here at night.
Oh yes, my ambition is to take the Milky Way. Here in Australia, the light is so beautiful that I can take the Milky Way, whereas in the UK I would have to travel where there was no light pollution and where I'd have to go to a mountain where there was no light that would probably ruin a fantastic picture. But here in Australia, it's on your doorstep.
It's amazing stuff. Now Ray, how are you enjoying the nightlife here and all this beautiful skies?
I think it's great. What I do like is the wildlife.
Yes.
Just the variance of all the birds. You know, we've seen the kangaroos, the emu. Maria will tell you a story about an emu that nearly took a camera off it. But overall, it's great.
And
I'm just sorry when I became when we were a lot younger.
now, mate, you've got a little escort here too. Tell them a bit about this escort because she goes everywhere with you. This is it here. The little escort.
This is Maria's sister Kathy. Unfortunately, she didn't make the trip, so we brought her Avatar with us, and she goes everywhere.
And I'll tell you what, she does go everywhere. The beach. She's met all the animals. She meets more people than you guys, eh?
Yes, Kathy's been to Bondi, she's been to Shepparton to see where the fruit's grown, she's met a kangaroo, she's lived the high life.
Great stuff, guys. Well, I hope you have a good time here in Australia. Looks like you're enjoying yourself. The Nikon's taking its punishment out there. Heaps of photos. Guys, we're here at Bargara. We're off to see the turtles, guys. Let's go see them now, and it's bye from us. Yeah. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Wow, that's amazing stuff. Now, for the viewers out there, if you want to come here, you come to Bundaberg. It's about 15 minutes by taxi to Bargara, which is an unreal little place. Now, if they get to Bargara and they stay in their motel, how far is it? Do you need a taxi? Can we walk to get to the actual turtle site?
Yeah, so we're about a 10-minute drive from Bargara. There's also a walking trail called the Turtle Trail you can take. It runs from Bargara all the way through to Burnett Heads, and Mon Repos is right in the middle, so that's about a 15-20 minute walk as well.
Now, before we get more into depth with these little fellas, why is it called Mon Repos? I mean, it's not Aboriginal. It's not Australian. It sounds a little merci beaucoup French. Mon Repos means my resting place, named after a French grazier's house that was built in the 1880s. A villa at Mon Repos gets its name from a large house with fruit trees, cattle, and sugar fields that used to stand a couple of kilometres behind the foreshore. Sugar pioneer Augustus Barton built the house in 1884 as his summer residence. He called it Mon Repos, French for my rest. By the 1930s, the house had fallen into despair. The house was eventually destroyed by fire. Wow, when can we come? Is it all year round, or is there a special time these guys come out?
Yeah, there's definitely the turtle season that's over a specific time. We get nesting turtles up on this beach from November through to about January. So January is that crossover month where we can see nesters or hatchlings, and then hatchlings are right through from January to March.
Well, amazing stuff. Now, the turtles, when their mums come here, they lay their eggs, and of course they swim off. Now, how far are they? Like whales? Do they swim thousands and thousands of kilometres and then come back and lay eggs again?
Yeah, definitely. They've got quite a big migration cycle. So those hatchlings, when they emerge from the nest, they scurry down to the water's edge, and initially they're going to embark on what we call a swimming frenzy. So they swim non-stop for 2 days straight. They swim against the current at right angles, and that will take them out to the EAC, the Eastern Australian Current. From there, they go right down towards Byron Bay, and then they get shot right across the South Pacific to the waters of South America.
Wow, that's amazing stuff. Now, something that brings tears to my eyes, out of one big hatchling, which has quite a few, like hundreds, there's only a few that make it.
Yeah, they are very long-lived species, 30 years to reach sexual maturity. So from 1,000 hatchlings that make it to the water, one will come back to lay their eggs.
Now, does that mean the species is endangered?
Yeah, loggerhead population in the South Pacific is endangered, so they're at a pretty vulnerable point there. One step down is critically endangered, which is only one step away from extinction. So we're trying to do as much as we can here to get many more thousand hatchlings into the water and more mums back to lay their eggs.
A lot of people come here, see it, say, I'd like to become a volunteer, and then the next step is to become a ranger.
Yeah, we do have lots of volunteers here at Mon Repos. Through national parks, we have lots of locals that volunteer. They dedicate one night a week for the entire turtle season. Some of our volunteers have been up to 20 seasons now, so very dedicated people. Volunteers that also work with research from lots of different places, even overseas, from universities or different areas where there's other monitoring programs for turtles. So they train here and bring that knowledge back to their hometown.
Amazing stuff. Now we've got, I didn't even know this, I knew we had dingoes, but you actually have foxes here that actually burrow and eat these eggs?
Yeah, we do have invasive species that love to eat turtle eggs. They've got a really good sense of smell, so they're able to pinpoint where those nests are, dig them up, and that can be quite devastating to the population. So in the past decades, we've seen up to an 80% or 90% clutch loss from fox predation. Not so much on this beach though. There's a really special reason why foxes don't visit this beach as often, and that's because we have visitors and researchers, people on the beach that help to keep the foxes away. Hey Pete, behind me here is the Northern Hatchery. This is where we've relocated lots of eggs this season due to the hot and dry temperatures. As you can see, we have a shade cloth over the top which really lowers the temperature down, so we get a much better success rate. If you can see these ropes here, we've got knots all along the ropes at about 60 centimetre intervals. Each of those knots is where we have a clutch of eggs.
Now with the Northern Hatchery, researchers have relocated the loggerhead eggs from predators, heat and cold conditions. There are now more hatchlings. Now, I've got some footage here of you actually digging a hole and pulling out some eggs. What do we do with them?
Yeah, so that's called a nest dig, the information that we get for research. So we're doing a success rate count. We're seeing how successful the nest was, and here we get around about an 80% success rate.
Wow, that's great stuff. Now, we saw you back at the cage there where you're looking after the turtles. That, of course, was because the temperatures in the sand, because of the ozone layer, the heat's getting so hot, so a lot of them get fried and cooked, eh?
Yeah, so turtle eggs incubate really well between 25 and 32 degrees. If the temperature of the nest reaches about 34, then that's lethal and those eggs won't survive. So during really hot and dry weather, like we've had the last couple of seasons, we have seen a lower success rate because of that heat stress.
Well, Jess, I know you're very busy. We've got another big tour coming through tonight. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that segment here at Bargara, just about 15 minutes away from Bundy. Come and see it. Say hello to Jess the Ranger. I'm Pete The Surfaroo. I'm out of here checking these turtles. Keep them safe. See you soon. Bye for now. Woo. Next time on Pete The Surfaroo on tour, I'm off to the beautiful Lady Musgrave Island on a luxury 27-metre catamaran in crystal clear waters, huge abundance of marine wildlife, basalt slabs, colourful displays of corals, sponges, barnacle, coral diving, snorkelling, 40-seat glass bottom boat where we experience a Great Barrier Reef has to offer. Then to the white beach of this unique island, Lady Musgrave, and stroll through the vegetation and see all the different plants and wildlife right in front of you for that ultimate adventure. Until next time, I'm Pete The Surfaroo. Check ya. Woo!